So we're live. It's Hanukkah. Did you know that?
No, I forgot. I mean,
You didn't know.
if I were still the last place I worked, I would have remembered that.
Well, let me ask ChatGPT here. Let's see if they know. ChatGPT, what day of Hanukkah is it? And do you care about Hanukkah?
Hanukkah is a meaningful celebration. What's on your mind about it?
There you go. You can talk. You can talk to ChatGPT now. What day of Hanukkah is it?
Hold on, you're gonna answer their question.
It truly is. What do you enjoy most about Hanukkah?
Yeah.
None of it. What day of Hanukkah is it?
Sure, I can help with that. Could you let me know today's date so I can determine which day of Hanukkah it is?
Shouldn't you know what today's date is? It's
How is this any different than
digital.
Siri?
Apologies for that oversight. Today's date is December 13th, 2023. Now I can tell you which day of
they're
Hanukkah
off.
it is.
Yeah, what day of Hanukkah is it?
As of December 13th, 2023, it's the second day of Hanukkah. Anything special you're planning?
This is wrong. You're wrong. It's the 5th day of Hanukkah.
Fuck. They don't even have the right date.
If today is December 13th, 2023, then it's indeed the 5th day of Hanukkah. How are you celebrating?
Today is the December 12th. It's still the 12th. I don't know what you're talking about.
My apologies for the confusion. If today is December 12th, 2023, then it's the 4th day of Hanukkah.
Right.
Wait, I'm confused. Did we tell them it was the 13th?
No. I asked what day it was, and I said, what day is it today and what day of Hanukkah is it? And they were off. They're all off. Some bullshit right there.
It's not exactly a promotional video.
No. Do you like that black voice that I chose, though? Sounds like a black lady.
Yeah, it does.
You know, that's uncanny right there.
But I don't know if the cadence is correct. You know, they're very upbeat. I think more than not, it'd be a little bit more sassy and like
what you worried about Hanukkah for?
Yeah, or just like, oh, you know, like they don't want to deal with you whatsoever.
Yeah. What you trying to hear about Hanukkah? Why are you trying to hear about that? Yeah, that'd be good if they did. If there was a AI like that, super realistic.
Hanukkah? Motherfucker.
Hanukkah? You talking about Hanukkah in front of me? I got a clip.
Oh god, is that the Hebrew hammer? I did not need to remember or reminded this motherfucker.
Oh, you don't like Hebrew hammer?
Happy Hanukkah.
No, I hated that shit. It was on Comedy Central so much, and it was not funny at all.
No, it was never funny.
And that actor is just such a whiny asshole.
Adam Goldberg.
Yeah.
Here's Smokey Robinson on Hanukkah, or however he pronounces it.
And they want me to wish you Happy Chanukah. I have no idea what Chanukah is, but Happy Chanukah because they said so. Anyway, God bless you, babe, and enjoy Chanukah. Have a wonderful time. And they
Happy Chanukah, guys.
His face looks like it's been pulled back to the very bone. Yeah. Like you remember in Brazil, his mom and her friend?
Oh yeah, yeah. The mom of the main actor guy, yeah.
Right before, and then there's like they're in a restaurant and there's like a bomb that goes
blown up.
It looks really fucking good. It's very dreamlike.
Yeah, it's dreamlike in like a terrible feeling way, kind of.
Yeah, no, it's not a fun watch. The movie really makes me feel terrible about myself and just everything in general.
Yeah, and also I was watching that it's called Clarkson's Farm. I was watching a couple months back. Hopefully the new season comes out, but Jeremy Clarkson has a farm and he always talks about all this paperwork you have to do and you have to like all these regulations in England, and it really like I was like, oh shit, how I see what Brazil was like onto there. Like all these like stupid regulations, like you have to fill out paperwork just to have a regulation.
People from doing it.
I think they're just over governed. I think that's the thing too with even here it's so I'm very more for less government, like because that's exactly it shows you like when you give.
Because a lot of people get employed to do bullshit. Like there was studies done where a lot of the people in charge making regulations for crime don't want it to ever stop because then they'd be out of a job. So it's like, why actually address the problem and fix it when you're not gonna get paid a ton of money to do fucking bullshit? You know, it's like no interest for yourself to actually fix the problem, because if you do that, then you're out of the job.
Yeah, like the police unions were all against the legalization of weed in the states that have legalized it, and because it was another way to get tickets, another way to get arrested.
Yeah, but I think
what it was.
They eventually realized you're going to make a lot more money.
I don't think they cared about the cops don't see the money.
Getting tickets.
Oh yeah. Although
I'm kind of confused and embarrassed for them that it took so long for them to realize they could just basically like kill off people selling weed and do it themselves and charge ridiculous bullshit taxes and prices.
All the taxes.
To get away with it.
It makes me wonder what they're putting in it.
Cartridges, not only were they like shit, like they leak constantly. They're just like poor quality. They were
the illegal,
and it was like $20 in tax. It was like such bullshit.
Oh, the legal cartridges. Okay, I see. Well, you might have just got bad ones, I guess.
Well, I mean, if I'm paying that much, and
you get a good one,
you would hope that you're not getting bad shit, because it's not like you're buying it from some random asshole of the street who can just give you bullshit or whatever the fuck. It's even worse. It's like you get the same crap and just upcharged.
The funny thing is, even though it's like legal in New Jersey, I never hear anyone talk about it. It's not like Colorado where it was a big talk, and I don't know. No one talks about it here.
The confusing thing is,
let's not be that good in our legal weed.
Other places are legalized and they don't allow people to test for it. Like just like this weird gray area where you can still test for it even though it's legalized. And
I think we're kind of doing that. I think we're doing that. I think, but you can still test for if you're like a driver. Like if you're a truck driver, you gotta get tested. I think that's like our new laws now or something.
No, like if you have a federal government job, it's always going to be tested. But there's still this weird gray area where like companies are testing for it even though it's still legal, which is almost like testing for alcohol. But alcohol is out of your body in like a day.
I don't think the majority of companies are testing for it anymore, though.
I mean,
I think it is like safety.
I don't think it has the benefit it used to, where they could write a bunch of shit off. Now it's like kind of a waste.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, speaking of kind of a waste, I watched a Hallmark movie. It was a Jewish Hallmark movie.
You say that this woman I worked with went to a Comic-Con thing.
SantaCon?
Weekend, but it was for Hallmark movies and Hallmark actors, and she mentioned like a bunch of people I never heard of. But then she brought up Melissa Joan Hart from
she gets there.
So
and
I guess
Rachel Lee Cook, right? Rachel Lee Cook, I think, is one of those too now.
I thought that bitch just quit acting in general after
something happened.
Posting the Pussycats stuff.
Well, I saw this, and it's funny that you say that, because I realized while I was like live tweeting and kind of trolling that it's like a big community of these people that actually fucking care about these Hallmark movies, and I was like, what the fuck is happening?
When she was like saying all this, she was like, wow, I always wondered how these fucking movies keep getting made and what idiots are watching it, and now I know.
Oh, there's people watching it.
40 married white women,
and they like eat it up, like, because that's how those
they're just fantasizing over whatever, like, will they, won't they, hunk guys in the shitty ass movie, and they could care less about what the plot. It's like those romantic novels you'd see like in Barnes and Noble with some Fabio looking shit on the cover. And you look at that stuff and it's like, who's buying and reading that shit? It's the same type of crowd.
This one has a hunk Jew name. His name is Brian Greenberg.
This Wonka shit looks so bad. Like they're showing the trailers now nonstop.
Well,
every trailer
I think it comes out Thursday.
It just looks worse and worse. Like this is gonna be a fucking.
Hopefully, it's gonna make money.
I mean, I don't know. I want like the guy to finish the Dune series off, but this Chalamet guy kind of sucks. Like I don't care if this wave gets canceled or like.
Oh, I don't think he is. I think they just said he's gonna be Bruce Wayne in that. He's gonna be Bruce Wayne in that. One of those DC movies coming up with James Gunn.
They need to get a new Batgirl, because Alicia Silverstone.
They need a. I don't think they've ever had
barely even in that movie.
Well, they tried to make a Batgirl movie with this black girl, but it got canceled midway through it. And Brendan Fraser was in it. It's like they shot like 3/4 of the movie, and there's a lot of footage of like them on set, and then they. Warner Brothers got bought out by Discovery, and there's this merger, and they canceled the movie, I guess, because it was already bad or something. So there was almost gonna be a Batgirl movie. It's surprising there's not, but of course it'd be like a black Batgirl. But I saw Round and Around, and holy shit, was this bad? I mean, I didn't expect it to be good. Obviously, it's a Hallmark movie, but I think I was just shocked that, like I was saying, just like this. There are people that like these movies, and I felt like such a curmudgeon, like trolling it because there's people like love it. There's no one making bad comments other than me. Like I was the only one making a bad comment. Here's the trailer for this. I don't even know if it's a trailer. I guess it's kind of a trailer.
Happy Hanukkah, everyone! On the 7th night of Hanukkah, something strange happened to Rachel. You?
I'm stuck in a time loop, and we've met before. It's like Groundhog Day.
Light, spin, eat, repeat.
This day is going to keep repeating forever.
You're going to throw up.
It's deja vu. And Hanukkah too.
I really hope you wake up and remember me.
If we have to do this times, I'm here for it.
Round and
Is
round.
it like Groundhog Day or like exactly fucking like it?
It's exactly like it, but like way less complex. And basically, I was thinking about it. They only needed to shoot they only needed to write like a little bit of this movie. Like let's write like a 15-minute sequence and then just repeat it and change things up.
I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed that she's not fatter and he's not blacker.
Oh wow, hot take. Well, how would he be Jewish though? I mean, we saw. Well, I mean, Smokey Robinson didn't even know how to say Hanukkah.
My roommate in college was a black Jewish person.
Really? Was he adopted?
Never seen those guys who
hold on. Was he adopted?
I don't know.
He had to be.
He was like borderline retarded. We once had to take him to the ER because he ate only bacon for like 3 days straight, and then his body shut down on him. And he like had a. I don't know. It's
actually crazy that happened. I'm actually surprised that bacon would do that.
Yeah, he like passed out on the bathroom door. So to get in, I had to like kick it in, but I like kicked his head in, which felt really good, even though it was not intentional.
Jeez, man,
but I saved his life. I had to call 911, and they had to like stretch him out. It's pretty embarrassing. Some people like you realize like some people once they like got out of mommy daddy like wiping their ass every day could not handle
it at college
whatsoever.
No, there's a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of people I remember being friends with as freshmen, and then they didn't make it to sophomore year. I'd say like a lot of people did not make it to the next year. It's kind of shocking. It wasn't even that. College wasn't like, particularly that hard.
A lot of these motherfuckers wash out within like the first couple of weeks, let alone years.
Oh yeah. Here's a sneak preview. This is a little extra scenes.
You play Dungeons and Dragons, right?
He plays a fake Jewish nerd hunk. Don't know if that exists.
Well, I'd say fantasy's more my genre, but I've been known to dabble. Why?
So what I'm about to say is going to sound insane.
Okay.
But I'm
hot, so believe
I'm
it.
Stuck in a time loop, and we've met before.
You know, it's funny how I guess
she's got really long eyebrows. It's kind of bothering me.
But I guess I was just thinking, like kind of what you're saying with that Hallmark crowd. It's like a hot guy, and this girl is like incredibly
single,
average, and like, you know, like I mean, she's not ugly, but like, you know, incredibly like you could see this person on the street.
Her one eyebrow is like way too long compared to the other one.
Yeah, it's that fantasy world where
she's bland, very bland.
This dude would be with
she
some
looks like
really
a librarian or
yeah. Well, they were kind of blanding her up, I think, for the character too. I'll say that.
I'm kidding. It was like
that was in there.
It's like I'm in Palm Springs
on vacation.
My day is repeating Groundhog Day. It's like Groundhog Day. I'm in Groundhog Day.
Okay, I think I can work with this. All right.
How do they get away with
one
that
question,
shit?
Am I supposed to
I
play
thought the same thing too.
McDowell or Bill Murray?
No.
It's not like Groundhog Day is like some
this is
fucking
real. I keep organizing the donuts the same way every day. My grandma keeps trying to set us
bullshit.
up.
Yeah, and in this time loop, do we ever like?
They had a lot of things in this movie. They were talking about Marvel and DC. They had a lot of name drops of. I guess you could just talk about these things. I was realizing, I guess no one's gonna care. I mean, I guess no one cares about Hallmark channels, you know, movies they're doing.
Oh no, it's a Hanukkah party.
Round and round.
Oh yeah, that was the
on
joke.
Hallmark.
He's trying to say like, do we like fuck?
No.
Is there any time that we fuck in this
Same way every day.
loop?
My grandma keeps trying to set us up.
Yeah, and in this time loop, do we ever
fuck?
Like
oh no, it's a Hanukkah party.
Round and round.
Her acting's really annoying. She's like a combination of a Valley Girl and a old person who drank too much coffee.
Yeah, she definitely appeals to.
Oh no, we didn't have sex. No, wait, did you have like the speed increase, or that's just how she's delivering the lines?
No, that's how she was delivering the lines.
Oh wow,
not a good actress. Not good. But people loved it. I was live tweeting.
I'm disappointed because usually for these Hallmark movies, they get like some really, like big
washed up actor
bimbo who can't even read their lines, but it's just really attractive.
Well, I saw the other. So the Christmas movies were filled with that. The Hanukkah movies weren't so filled with that. Maybe they know the crowd.
No, that's disappointing.
Because I was looking at the. I saw clips for other Hallmark movies, and yeah, they all kind of looked like bimbo-ish actresses, and himbos too. Himbos, like I guess this guy's a himbo. He's a Jewish himbo.
Saying, like most of these hunk types are just airheaded.
That's what it is. They're himbos,
jock type. Unless they're trying to go for like some this nerdy shit thing, which is so fake.
Yeah, well, here's some of the tweets that
Marner got another goal, man.
Oh, geez. Oh, the Rangers are blowing it. Sarah,
they're coming back.
Yeah, they're coming back. They'll probably still lose. They should. I mean, fuck, the Leafs should win a fucking 3-goal lead. Come on, that's bad to lose that. But Sarah here with
sports betting is whether they win or lose, you can still win.
Yeah, I mean, I should have bet on the. After the first 2 goals, I should have bet on the over because this game went way over. I think this is like a 5.5 goal.
Has kind of been pretty mediocre the whole year.
No, I think he's been pretty good. I agree with what Doug was saying. They seem to like think he could do everything. Like the defense isn't.
I know they're like relying on him way too much, and almost like they feel like they can kind of relax.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And then when the goalies come in, they like a backup. They really they know okay, we got to step it up. But they really should be playing like that every game. But hey, Miller's out, very defensive for the Rangers. That's a big defensive player for them. So he's like a defensive defenseman. So having that out hurts.
Yeah, what they have a lot of get for JT Miller because that trade
they didn't get anything. They just let him go. I think he was done with his contract.
The fuck, man? Like he's like a top 10 player.
He didn't play like that on the Rangers. He was getting it was Tortorella too.
He's still like a prospect.
Yeah, but I think it was also an issue with Tortorella because he was getting demoted. He played in the fucking AHL with the Rangers. They demoted him a few times. He didn't work on the team. It was that.
Yeah, you never know. It's just like system a lot of times.
Yeah, he didn't work in the system. I don't think he worked well in a city that was popular. I mean, when you're in Vancouver and fucking doesn't matter. Like no one even fucking knows what Vancouver is. I think
there's less pressure.
I mean, look at Daniel Jones. He looks like he's like shitting his pants every day that you see him, even when he's not playing a game. But yeah, Sarah here with a Ukrainian flag in her name, which is apropos. This is so quirky, adorable. A lot of those tweets. Loving this movie. # round and round with a watermelon emoji. You have to have an emoji in your name to be tweeting about round and round. I realized.
Oh shit! You're blue marked.
I'm blue marked. Yeah.
What does that cost? $5.
It was like $5 a month or something. Honestly, I probably should stop it. Not really.
Elon sends you like a special newsletter every month.
I get to talk to Elon every so often. He, you get to hear his hate speech rants against Bob Iger.
He'll drive to your house and then bring like the whole, those 2 cans with the string in between.
Oh, he will.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And
like
you just pick the room. You pick the room, and he'll just listen to your
Nice. So he's taking rockets to space, but he goes real low tech with communication like that.
I mean, I'm not surprised. He's just a man of the people, like you and me. Just a normal guy.
I kind of like Elon. I think he gets a lot of shit for no reason.
Yeah, I don't mind.
At the same time, it's not someone I love either. But
I think he ruined fucking Twitter.
I don't know. I think it's gotten better.
Nah, I was getting like so many easy interactions before.
Well, I think it's because I think you need to have that little check now to really. It's like a pay to play. Yeah, I guess that kind of ruined it a little bit. Oh yeah, Jen Brockman, by the way, she tweeted a lot. Oh man, there's a boombox. There's all this. By the way, you saw those donuts fly up in the air. That was a big plot point.
Boombox.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a boombox for some reason.
What are we talking about again?
Still a round and round. Movie? It's a Hallmark Jewish movie. The dreidel game of chance. There is no skill.
Oh man,
ever played dreidel?
Do they sit around and play dreidel games?
This is the donut, Sufganiyat. That's the Jewish donut.
Oh.
Another senseless Sufganiyat tragedy.
I don't get all the donut stuff. I missed that scene.
There's a part where she goes to a market and she bumps into someone and she drops the donuts, and that keeps getting repeated because it's Groundhog's Day. So a lot of people were just. I mean, I got into it too. I started tweeting. I actually started trolling. I started saying like this scene just happened because I was just, it was obviously Groundhog Day, so I was like, this scene already happened. I saw this, and Hallmark Channel actually responded to me and wrote, "It's a time loop." And then I think I wrote back and said something like, "Well, call me Andy McDowell."
No, you should have said the same thing again.
Yeah, I should have kept trolling.
And then just said, I guess, am I stuck in it?
I guess so. Yeah, this Heather Abbott. Yeah, good point. That played along. This lady was she was kind of like the cultural stuff is all wrong. The mantle is lit up the wrong way. Why did no one on set correct that? You know what I mean? Also,
wow. I mean, like this is the Hallmark.
Yeah, it's a Hallmark movie.
Do you think that level of thought is being put in?
I mean, there was a Starbucks cup in Game of Thrones.
Like everyone shows up on set.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is.
Like, we're gonna sit around and dissect this shit. It's not Citizen Kane.
These got to be like cheap and fun to make, though. I'll say, like anyone making these things, this is such like an easy paycheck.
Well, I'm sure they're a lot more fun when it's not, some bland librarian motherfucker, and it's like, God, who's like Sydney Sweeney. She's gonna be like Hallmark Channel eventually.
Yeah, eventually when she's like ages out to like, yeah, she can't.
I don't even think she's that far off.
No, she's like a couple months off. Give it like 3-4 months to be on Hallmark Channel.
Like 80% of the Hallmark people that aren't like doing these uptight, I don't know, Hanukkah versions are like loose motherfuckers who had nude scenes and they're like walking around with triple Z's. You know, that's usually who they cast.
Yeah,
and then
I mean, honestly,
washed out like what's that motherfucker?
It would help too, man. Because like this movie, I kept thinking like, oh, this kind of needs like a name a little bit because it's like the story. So you know, you'd rather watch Sydney Sweeney walk around here. You know,
they're gonna realize pretty quickly that she probably can't handle films and stuff, you know, and then you get thrown back into like the TV world.
This is one of those people you're talking about that likes Hallmark, called Hallmark Homegirls. Their whole Twitter is dedicated to Hallmark Channel shit. It's a thing.
I don't think the person I work with is at that level. I think this is more like a.
It's still. I mean, she went to a Hallmark Comic-Con.
No, it wasn't. I misrepresented it. It was a Christmas.
Was it SantaCon? Was it SantaCon? I heard about that.
The guy, like, there was some people from Home Alone that were there. Not Macaulay Culkin. It was the Bushwhack guy, I think.
The Bushwhack? Who are you talking about? The dad? The McAllister dad?
No. The Joe Pesci fall guy.
Oh, like Daniel Stern.
Yeah, that's the Bushwhack.
That's a celebrity, man. Come on, Daniel Stern.
No, he was there signing autographs
from Chud.
I wanted to say like
get him to sign your Chud copy, right?
What are you gonna do with these autographs? You know, like they're
I
gonna sit in the room for a while, and then you're gonna die and pass them down to somebody who doesn't want them, and they'll throw them in the trash in a month.
I mean, I've been to these cons and and Comic Cons, whatever, horror cons. I think the weirdest people are the ones that want to go see like the celebrities. Like who? I mean, I would always walk around and just like gawk at them and just like see what they are. Like it's funny to watch like I don't know, like some B-level celebrity just sitting there like looking miserable, or like Shooter McGavin.
Man. Like and a lot of times they're good actors. They're just they never like really be given a chance.
Yeah, and it's like it's a weird thing, man. I remember Comic-Con's crazy too.
It's like some kind of
they make money off of though, these celebrities. They make a lot of money on this.
Well, it's sort of like sports cards. You know, these guys get paid money to like sign autographs and shit. So they sit down for like hours and sign a bunch of stickers.
They're smart though. Like I know, like they charge about the price it would cost you to sell it. Like I know Mark Hamill was like to meet Mark Hamill and get his autograph was $350. And look up what his autograph costs. It's about like maybe it's $300. You know what I mean? It's like so. It's like he was making $50. He knew like people are gonna get sell
his autograph.
Oh yeah, it was like, I mean, I think he upped his price. There's some autistic guy on Twitter that would always track this shit. Like I think he might be like $500 now.
For the object of selling it, or just to
go get his autograph from Mark Hamill.
No, I mean like why did you pay that much for it?
Oh, I didn't. I just saw the price. Like when you see they'll have these lines and they'll show the price like that'll be like the photo of the guy and then a price. And his price was I was like $350. Like I was like, shit, this guy's making tons of money. Because I mean his lines are big. You know, like he's making good money just going to this.
Sometimes when you get stuff signed, it can devalue the card because then the grade is lower.
Yeah, well, I think they were getting photographs.
Especially if they like fuck it up and like hand the thing and you know fuck up the corners or like say you have like a really rare card and you try and get it autographed and they don't know how to handle it and they just fucking butcher the thing.
Well, don't you keep it in the little cellophane thing?
No, the autograph has to be on the surface of the card. You don't get.
Well, why don't you just take it out when you give it to them and then put it back?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they don't know how to handle the fucking thing and they like accidentally ravage it and fuck the condition up. No, that's happened before. Like people have said, like
Like
Pete
Sammy
Rose.
Sosa gets his calamine all
Pete
over.
Rose is a known asshole. Where like if you try and get his autograph, sometimes he doesn't like it, and he'll purposely fuck with your card. And
wow,
there was one case where like he took the card and like tapped it on the whatever like the desk that he was signing on beforehand because he just like what like the person asking for the autograph said like some kind of I don't know like obnoxious kind of shit to him or like probably about like sports betting and
like
then
hey you better won those bets, right?
And like his rookie card is very valuable, it's just even raw because it's from a certain print run that was done poorly, and he just like smashed the fucking corners and then slammed it down and then actually gave the autograph, but at that point it's like fuck you. I
actually have a picture of Pete Rose here. Like I actually usually have this on hand, but check this out. This is authentic Pete Rose picture right here. That's
I thought you were gonna go with Dan Aykroyd.
It'd be funny to get that signed by you. Bring this photo to get that signed. Like, hey, can you sign your photo?
I thought you were going to go with Dan Aykroyd from Nothing But Trouble, the judge.
Oh yeah. Oh, he kind of does look like that too. Oh, those judges are.
That movie's so fucking gross, man. Like I hated that movie, and that's one of those things that would get shown on Comedy Central, but I was not into it.
It's terrible. It's his passion project too. That was the worst part about.
Really
that's
disgusting. The whole sequence where he
passion.
goes to bed and like takes his nose and ears off and shit really made me feel sick.
Yeah,
and also like John Candy's that big creepy bulldog woman, and then those two ugly grease baby people.
Oh yeah, which I think were also played by Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, I fuck that movie, man. But I remember renting it so many more times than I ever wanted to.
Oh, I never rented that. I only saw that on Comedy Central. I got lucky, I guess.
Well, you were a lot closer to Blockbuster. I had to go to Millstone.
There's another one by. There was like three, like the same distance to Blockbuster. There was a mom and pop place, and then a Suncoast Video or some bullshit. Or no, it's Hollywood Video.
A lot more options than I had. I was.
Yeah, that one sucked in Millstone. I would go in there and not get anything.
The Millstone one, or I had to go to the Freehold Blockbuster near ShopRite.
Oh, the old ShopRite. Yeah, that one sucked too. That was a bad Blockbuster.
No, that was one of the better ones, I thought.
No, not like no. Mm-mm.
The best one was
Hamilton
near the Burger King.
No, there was a better one in Hamilton. There was a better one in Hamilton that was bigger. It was like 25 minutes away. It was kind of near where that movie theater. That movie theater closed too in Hamilton. It's crazy. That was like the best movie theater. COVID killed that movie theater. That was the best movie theater.
That sucks.
It had 24 fucking theaters, and it's completely done, and it's just sitting there. Like no one's. There's nothing to do with that space.
I remember. Well, first of all, you called like COVID. Like I remember you saying like before the lockdown was even close to happening.
Oh yeah, I was calling it for like 3 weeks before. Like, there's this thing that's gonna fucking be a fucking big deal.
But then you said this is probably gonna kill the movie.
Yeah, it did.
Theater industry, and that was at the time I think of actually getting to see. What was that black and white movie with the gay?
Clerks.
The two gay guys in the ship place, like
Willem
Dafoe,
The Lighthouse.
And, like I couldn't even believe The Lighthouse even was in theaters.
Yeah, I think I think the theaters are kind of making a little comeback, but I think there's still a lot of things that are just forever changed. Like no one cares too much about like that Holdovers movie is really good, but didn't do anything in the theaters because everyone's like, this will fucking be out in a month or so. There's a lot of movies like that. There's actually only one movie I actually want to see in theaters, but there's just too many people going to see it. I wanted to see it too. It's a new Miyazaki movie that's finally out, but I keep looking at tickets and the shit's filled. I don't want to go to like a packed movie. I don't want to be around some guy eating an onion pizza.
Is that because of kids?
No, I think it's because of like weebs. Like weebs.
I don't think there's that many weebs.
There's more weebs than you think then, because they're fucking going to these movies.
What's a weeb?
Like a white... Doesn't it stand for something? Like white guy thinks he's an Asian or something? Something like that. It's like the wigger of an Asian. The Asian wigger, essentially. No, they're like anime faggots, you know.
What's the term for like a white guy who just wants to have sex with Korean and Japanese women?
I think it's a pervert. I think they call them perverts.
Okay, well.
Oh yeah, so I was asking on here when this was happening because he was a D&D. This guy was so into D&D. This
Dean Ween?
Yeah, Dean Ween. This Jewish himbo. So I asked what his spell power count was on his D&D calendar. Hallmark never responded to me on that one. I also said this dumb bitch better not let the donuts drop again. And like I could tell, I was like, oh, this is gonna troll some people here. I was the only one writing like profanity comments, and everyone's being just super nice.
Were you live tweeting?
Yeah, I was watching it and I was tweeting live. Yeah.
Oh my god! How did you know this was like the first airing?
I got lucky because I was looking it up, like bad Hallmark movies, and then I saw Hallmark was promoting this Jewish movie, and I was like, oh wow, there's no Jewish movies, and I wanted to do. This is our Hanukkah episode, by the way, so I want to talk about Hanukkah. So I was like, all right, that's perfect. I'll watch this shitty movie in the background. I was not paying attention too much, and I'll live tweet. Here's this Heather Abbott again. She's a stickler for the Jewish culture. I'm so frustrated right now. After Hanukkah on Rye was done so well last year, that was the Hanukkah movie last year. We need people who celebrate Hanukkah during the production design and wardrobe in these movies. So she's still harping on, you know,
rye is in rye bread.
I guess so.
Do you like rye bread?
It's okay.
I think it's pretty good if you toast it, but not too much. It's a little thin, so you got to be careful.
I mean, I don't know. I think I like rye bread a little better than regular because it's like at least it's got some flavor to it. Why hasn't she learned to put the donuts in a bag? This is a big thing on the tweeting. Everyone was talking about how this bitch needs a fucking bag of her donuts.
They should bag it for her.
Yeah. I said I think the grandma's behind this. She's some sort of Jewish witch. And no one responded to that.
I didn't know you were this active.
Oh, I was trying to be active. And then first thing she needed to fix is put the donuts in a bag. Everyone kept saying that.
Hold on. Can we see some of your posts pre-live stream?
No, I just deleted them. I took screenshots of all the ones I did.
Oh, wow. You're...
I hid my tracks.
So
but I wrote this dumb blog.
Self-conscious, or you just don't want any kind of track record?
I don't want a track record on any Jewish stuff like that. Hamas might come after me.
Yeah, you know, if you're not careful, you could have
Hamas
your head cut off a month from now.
They'll put a jihad on me. You know,
I mean, I personally, you know, I'm a little offended.
I wrote this dumb broad needs to bag the donuts. After everyone kept saying it, I was like, I'm gonna get misogynistic here.
We got to for the Super Bowl and the Oscars, we got to fire this shit up.
Yeah, they went to a comic book shop, and then I wrote, "This is the least amount of scoliosis I've ever seen in a comic shop." No one responded to that. I thought that was a good joke.
Scoliosis is a spinal condition where they're crooked.
Yep.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, usually you see a lot of deformities like that there. But hey, there's some truth to that. I've seen that.
You don't really hear a lot of midget jokes like you used to in the 90s.
Nah, not enough jokes about the midgets.
Always talk about midgets.
Yeah, no one does that anymore. You can't joke about anything now.
But it's like, are they that much of a...
no, I just think no one wants
even alive or in existence anymore. I feel like people just want to be offended for them.
Yeah, I was gonna say like no one in any of the communities that's being
like Native
targeted.
Americans. We killed all those motherfuckers off centuries ago. To like sit around and freak out on their behalf is stupid because
it's
one,
white women who watch Hallmark Channel
have computers, and two, they're so drunk. Even if they did, they probably wouldn't even know what the fuck to do with it.
Oh yeah, it fucking smash that shit. It's all just white women that are upset. You don't want to upset the white women. That's all.
Yeah, the same people putting elves around the shelves and
Ukraine flags in their
and all these kind of relevant bullshit fucking things that don't need to be done. It's just they're bored and they have nothing else to do.
And they watch Hallmark Channel. I love all these geeky references. Oh, super cute geeky stuff. And then I wrote that dirty dog Seth. Of course, there had to be a character named Seth. What would you expect, right?
Do you have any interaction to show, like where people?
Oh, the only interaction was Hallmark Channel,
or what?
No, I got some likes. I got some likes for that dumb bitch.
No comments.
Bag of the donuts.
Converse.
No, the only one that commented was Hallmark Channel themselves. I said I thought the scene. I was just trolling. I was like, I thought the scene happened, and then Hallmark Channel responded, "It's a time loop."
Yeah, be careful because unless that fun, Paul Feig blocked you.
Yeah, I was actually I didn't want to get blocked. I was thinking that could happen.
You should have said, "How come Paul Feig was not connected to this project?"
Yeah, not gay enough.
He's too busy doing Ghostbusters 7.
Yeah, no, he's not even on that. They've moved past Paul Feig. Now it's Ivan Kershner's son, or maybe it's not. I don't know. It's one of those. Insert some Jewish Russian name. Okay, the bar was set low for Round Around, but it might be better than some of those anticipated movies on Hallmark Channel's lineup. To be honest,
hold on. More anticipated Hallmark movies?
Yeah, I guess there's a lineup, man. I saw it. There's a whole calendar.
Right.
They're doing new, like Hallmark does a movie on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 8 p.m. the whole weekend every weekend from October to December. So for 3 months, there is Hallmark Christmas movies or holiday movies, whatever. No Diwali movies.
I think we should like investigate this further. I want to know like what the Hallmark Channel is all about and what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I wrote she sounds like she needs a smear and a bagel to stop the loop. I got a
smear like a pap smear.
No, it's like a smear, like when you put that on your bagel. Yeah, single broads. Nah, I think I don't think they were single. I think they're like married. That was like a
pap smear joke.
I think they're not pap. Never heard of a smear with their bagel? Come on, get a smear, get a bagel, get some cream cheese on there.
Fuck is that from?
From life, living in New Jersey. By the way, I think bagels
I've worked with a Jewish family, and they never said that kind of shit.
I know we have good bagels here, but I could live without a bagel. Single broads love Hallmark, says Dan. I don't know. I think married women that are housewives.
I think married ones like it more than the single ones do.
Yeah, I think
what's deceiving about it is
both.
It's done like the main character usually being like some dorky, goofy, I don't know what's going on, vaguely hot single woman that the audience would identify with that, but most of the time it's like kind of pudgy, bookish fat girls who are watching it that are married to like some I don't know, IT fuck or some shit.
Yeah.
Cuck.
This lady
it's a big cuck fest, one way or another.
This lady said the movie is so fun. It's one of those movies I don't want to end. I kept thinking, does this lady want this to go on forever?
No, I agree, Dan. That probably is a pretty big demographic.
I wrote the loop will stop when the broad finally saved the Suffin yacht. Some super Jewish. Oof. I got into it for a little bit.
Yeah. Some would say a little too much.
Yeah, I had to research what a Suffin yacht was.
Did you black out afterwards?
You know what a Suffin yacht is?
No, and honestly, I don't want to.
It's like a Jewish Now you're gonna know it's a Jewish jelly donut.
Great. I'm like I'm
not a jelly donut.
I've been all Jewed out for the last like 2 years. I'm good. I've
good.
had way more exposure than I ever wanted to before in my life. Yeah,
You sound like Hamas over here.
No, it's just like I got fucking these gator prey guys showing up every other fucking day. You know, it's just
gator prey.
I'm getting solicited, even though I'm just trying to answer the door. You know, I don't like it. I don't like being misrepresented. You know.
Right. Well, this is
this is our most Jewy episode. Beard and people not just assume shit. You know, I don't like it.
Oh, you never been to a deli in Katz in New York City and gotten yourself like a pastrami on rye?
Oh my God, Toronto scored again. That's
wow.
It. Fuck Matthews. This bitch isn't gonna win shit ever.
Nah, they ain't gonna win. Toronto, they're kind of shit.
I'm sure his boyfriend will enjoy riding that stash after the game.
Yeah. Could be the case. Hey, but there's no judgment on that. All right. Or I guess there is. We'll see. Hanukkah movies? Are there any Hanukkah movies? That's my other thing. Seems like there's very little Hanukkah movies. They don't get much representation. I mean, we have a popular musician that can't even pronounce the fucking holiday.
Hanukkah.
Happy Chanukah. I have no idea what Chanukah is, but happy Chanukah because they said so. Anyway, God bless you, babe, and enjoy Chanukah. Have a wonderful time.
Whatever that is. Whatever Chanukah is. It's funny. He's from, like, he's... How do you not know what Hanukkah is? That's like... I mean, I guess he's just an idiot, but... Smokey Robinson, I mean... Motown great right there. What's your favorite Smokey Robinson song? Probably a song that's not actually done by him. Maybe the Temptations probably do it. I think he wrote a lot of songs for them.
No, he was not a part of the Temptations. It was Smokey.
I think he might have wrote some songs.
And the Miracles or something on Motown.
Yeah, but I thought it was like a
song. They're all on the same label, but I think. Well, yeah,
no, I'm pretty sure.
They probably did have similar writing credits for one person or another.
No, I'm pretty sure he did.
Some water.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wrote songs for them. At least like lyrics and shit, you know, melodies, that kind of crap. Yeah, Hanukkah movies, man, and they're underrepresentation here. I mean, we're a channel that we're all about representation on our channel. We want to make everything equal for every race and creed and, you know, midgets, fat people, slobs, non-slobs, people who have a funny limp. You know, we're for representing, you know, that there. Some of these movies, I feel like Round Around could go on the list now. Mistletoe and Menorahs. Have you ever seen this? Never heard. This must be a Hallmark thing here. Yeah, it looks like this is also a Hallmark thing, as well as Hanukkah on Rye. The Hebrew Hammer. We're talking about. This is in our clip here. This is in our thumbnail here. This movie sucks. Believe me, not good. It was one of those movies that got played out on Comedy Central. I think there is a sad thing that happens with the Jewish. Although I don't know how. I mean, I'm not Jewish, but I always kind of heard through the grapevine that Hanukkah isn't like their big holiday. Passover is. So Hanukkah is just sort of a secondary holiday. I don't know how much stock they put into it. I don't think it really can compete with that old fat red guy there. Jesus, I'm talking about. 8 Crazy Nights. Seen this. Movie sucks too. Adam Sandler had to capitalize on being Jewish because who else but Sandler would capitalize on this? Convert and find out. Yeah, I think I'm good. I'm good on converting and finding out. Nah, I'm good. I don't. Yeah, That ain't taking my foreskin, right? You can put that on my that tombstone right there. Ain't taking my foreskin. Or taking more of it. I don't know. Sandler plays a 30-something party animal. It sounds like someone I'd relate to, right? We need more Hanukkah movies. Rugrats, Hanukkah, Chanukah. I don't know. Do we need more Hanukkah movies, or are we good? It's just not an interesting subject. Maybe there shouldn't be any more of this. Maybe Hamas wins, and if Hamas would win tomorrow, there'd be no Hanukkah movies. I guess that's how we have to look at it, right? It's either Adam Sandler or Hamas. What do you want to take? That's a hard choice. You're good. Yeah, I think most people are good. This is interesting. These are movies to watch on Hanukkah. So some of these, I was gonna say, like, does it even mean that it's Jewish, or you just want to watch a movie? And also, by the way, I was noticing this article had all the photos were wrong. So 8 Crazy Nights has this Annie Hall photo. Gotta love that. This is those Crazy Nights with Woody Allen and Diane Keaton. Who looked pretty good then. That was peak Diane Keaton. If you want to like date like a girl who's gonna be uptight and kind of like standoffish in the 70s, she's your gal. Annie Hall, right here. This is a good picture of Annie Hall. This is Annie on the cover right here. Yeah, Woody Allen, big creep nowadays, and this whole movie didn't age well. Big creep. I don't know I guess Sun Yi wouldn't agree, but we're all big Sun Yi fans. You know, who likes Sun Yi? I don't know. She never had a part, right? I like the girl from Rosemary's Baby as an actress. I forget her name. Didn't he rape his daughter? Yeah, that's Sun Yi, his wife. He apparently was raping her when she was, I think, like 16. I don't know if this is true. Maybe it was consent. There's a very wasn't, who knows? That's a whole fucking shoebox right there. But her name was Sun Yi, and when she turned 18, they married. He did marry his victim. So I guess she was on board. Pretty dark. It's weird actually. Also thinking of it, how you got the Rosemary's Baby connection to Polanski, and then she's also connected to, Woody Allen. You got these creepy pedophiles all over there, and you can even look up her son. He looks like Frank Sinatra, because I know she was married to Frank Sinatra. It's definitely not Woody Allen's kid. It's like not Woody Allen's kid. It's Frank Sinatra. He looks like Frank Sinatra. Hey, love it. You a big Sun Yi fan, or do you like Sun Yi? Is that your type? I know you like those. You're talking about those Korean broads, so.
Sun Yi's Korean?
Yeah, it's probably close enough, right? Maybe a couple miles away. I think she is Korean, though, Sun Yi. I think she is.
What was she? She was like a maid?
She was the adopted daughter of... What's the bitch's name from Rosemary Babies?
Mia Farrow.
Yeah. She was the adopted daughter of Mia Farrow and Woody Allen.
Oh, I don't know why the fuck I thought she was like a nanny.
Yeah, Jews like those Asian girls. Do Jews like Asian girls? I've never heard that one.
I don't know. I mean, they're more acceptable or used to small white cock guys,
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. With no hood, yeah.
Because when you get circumcised, they basically just chop half your cock off.
They're getting rid of it. And then that rabbi is sucking on the end, right?
I don't know where that stuff goes, but I'm sure some sick fuck has a big bowl of it somewhere.
Is that what a latke is?
A latke is a potato pancake.
Yeah, their food, man, sucks. I have to say, like, Jewish food, super bland, not good. Like, that's...
Yep.
It's not good.
It like sucked.
I've
like
had it.
When they would like pay for lunch.
I've had it a few times.
Like in places I did not want to ever fucking order from, and it was just like I couldn't pick anything. And then I really almost wanted to, like, instead of just getting free food, just order myself and pay for it and not bother. It's like 90% of it's fucking based in like mayonnaise.
A bagel is not good. Dancast. Bagels kind of suck.
No, bagels are good. Fuck you.
Really? I don't know. Seems like a lot of carbs.
You ever had like a good egg and cheese or bacon, egg and cheese on a really good bagel?
Oh, I'd rather have it on something else. Give me like a French croissant.
What?
Like a French croissant. Something French, right? People love the French
croissants. They're too expensive.
I mean, honestly, anything else. The bagel, I think, is too much.
What?
Bagels aren't too much.
Muffin? Well, you can get it scooped.
Bagels are a little too much. I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
No, you need to try a scooped bagel with a hash brown well done inside the sandwich.
Yeah, the hash brown. You have a smear, some lox on there, bagel, cream cheese, that kind of thing.
I don't think you eat enough breakfast shit to know what you're talking about. I think you're out of your element.
I'm a bacon and eggs kind of guy. Give me some of that. Scoop bagel, okay. What's a scoop bagel? What the fuck are you talking about?
They just take out the innards, the like real doughiness of the bagel.
Really? Oh, that would be better. I'd be more into that. No.
A flagel is just a like a panini pressed bagel.
There's
pretty fucking good. It's a lot crispier when you get it toasted. Dan, you don't know shit about bagels. Shut the fuck up, man. You probably never had one in your life.
He's from New York, I think, or I don't know, somewhere like that.
You don't know fucking shit about bagels.
There's some square bagels. You ever had a square bagel?
That sounds like some,
it was a chain.
Bullshit promotional stuff. There's no difference from a round or square. But actually, maybe there is. I don't know. I wouldn't mind trying a square bagel, but no, I have not had that. I don't think it's sold well enough to have people invest more into it.
Well, I'll say one thing: bagels.
You're from New York. That's where this level of arrogance is coming from.
Bagels overrated.
I've lived through shit you don't even know about.
New York pizza overrated. Go to Jersey, you get yourself.
You know what it is? It's quantity, not quality. You know, like you get a slice there, and it's like 3 feet long, and it tastes like a pile of cheap shit.
Well, I guess it depends. I mean, there are some good pizza places in New York, but yeah, exactly. I'm always thinking of those like those Manhattan dollar pizzas, which are fucking shit.
No, the cheese is fucking gross.
Oh, I bet you that's gone. $1 pizza. You know, that's got to be gone. Thanks, Biden, right? Biden got rid of that $1 pizza. Now they're probably charging $1.50.
What is this shit you're looking at that the Hebrew Hammer smashed with Annie Hall?
This is Hanukkah. This is movies to watch on Hanukkah, and they got their images all wrong. So I was liking it. That was funny. For what is it? Number 9, 8 Crazy Nights. They put Annie Hall as the photo. Some crazy nights with that rapist right there. I bet. And, standoffish, 70s Jew who was hot for like 3 months. And Diane Keaton. Let's see. The producers. They got that image right. I've my only encounter with this is from Curb Enthusiasm.
Yeah, where Mel Brooks cast Larry hoping to ruin the franchise, but then...
Which is kind of the point of the producers, too.
He has that...
So it's kind of all lines up.
He has that fucked up kind of like improvised outburst because he forgot his lines.
Yeah, maybe I'm not Jewish enough. I've never seen the producers. I don't know.
What do you think of Uma Thurman?
Good.
Have you seen her daughter, Maya
Yeah.
Hawke? She's pretty good too.
Yeah, I've seen the phenomenon of Stranger Things that's been around.
Do
for
you
the past
think it's actually
10 years now?
Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's genetics, like on purpose, or she's like some test tube creation? You know?
Yeah, she's probably some kind of test tube.
Like, do you think they actually had sex with each other? Or they said, like, you know what? I want your genes and his genes. I'll pay you this amount of money.
Oh, I think they did
stuff, and we'll take it from there. And
you know that
the parents.
No, I'm sure they had sex. Like actors are basically like a step up from retards. They probably like had sex like
they're just a step up from prostitutes.
Yeah, I mean they're just retarded. They're like retarded people, so they're probably banging.
No, they're just like
fucking...
they're like high end prostitutes on you know.
No, like they're high end prostitutes that basically have Down syndrome but don't look like it. That's like the majority of actors. Like just think of them like they're Down syndrome patients. That's what I see when I see Jennifer Aniston. All I see is like a Down syndrome person.
Well, she's from TV, so
yeah, I guess that's a little more. But yeah, I like Uma Thurman. I think she's good. I think she's got a good look to her that's a little different. So I think I always like that.
She always reminded me of an ostrich.
But I never liked the wig in Pulp Fiction. That always like was a turnoff.
You know, her entire character was very cunty and annoying.
Yeah, that was like the hipster manic dream girl of like the early 90s. That then became like later got more annoying.
I mean, that like bangs looks fucking terrible. That's like the wife from Heat. I hate that bitch.
Or the what's her name in Big Lebowski? She had the bangs.
Remember when we did that list of the most hated characters of all time?
Yeah,
that was definitely one of the better things that we ever came across. And I don't know who did it.
That.
But
some other channel that we stole it. We took their list.
Well, we didn't steal it. We just went over what they did, and then we came up with our own afterwards.
Oh yeah, we reacted. That's right. We made our own content.
We did an homage.
Right. Inglourious Basterds.
You're good to go.
Inglourious Basterds. They're stretching for Hanukkah movies here. Is this a Hanukkah movie? You want to show us to your 13-year-old kid?
No, it's just a Hanukkah movie. The Jewish bear guy bashes in a Nazi's head. I mean, I would play this for my children every year.
Are you going to show this to your cousin who just got bar mitzvahed? Hashem, mama. He's got the voice thing going on. It's like going higher and lower.
Personally, I would show Men in Tights.
Oh yeah, there's some Jewish stuff there. Isn't Dave Chappelle Jewish in that?
Yeah, and he gets circumcised by that little tiny it looks like a guillotine, but for your penis.
Full Court Miracle. Apparently this is a basketball gem about a former basketball player. Oh, here's the photo for it. It looks like Adam Sandler on a trailer.
This is a Crazy Nights or whatever.
Yeah, this page really. I need to write them. They need to get their shit in order here. This is embarrassing. We're trying to celebrate Hanukkah. We're trying to celebrate this culture of lights. 8 days. That oil doesn't that oil last forever or something? I don't know. Some kind of Jew oil. But yeah, in Philadelphia, this guy he's got a high school of Jewish boys. So a lot of circumcisions there. Sounds like Hollywood bigotry. An American Tail. Now I do like this movie. Don Bluth, good old Don Bluth, leaving Disney to make some good movies. At least like 2 or 3 good movies.
Fievel shit, right?
Yeah, but the other one, I like the other one.
Oh,
too.
I didn't realize Fievel was spelt like that. I spelt it wrong.
Yeah, I don't think I spelled that right.
I spelled it without.
I thought there was a B in there.
I spelled it Fivel. Like
I thought it was like Fibull with a B. I would have said like this is close, but I would have probably yeah, not this. I forgot that the character's Jewish.
I don't know, man. What the fuck?
The better one is the Fievel Goes West, man. That one's pretty good. I think that has John Candy as the fat cat. If there's a
Don
cat character.
DeLuise and Christopher Plummer.
Yeah, that's some good cast right there. I like this movie. I like Don Bluth, man. His
Christopher Plummer is the Parnassus guy.
Yeah, that's a good movie too, man. I'll put that on every so often. Good
What?
And that Dr. Parnassus. I like that. That girl, man.
Really cool.
That model. Yeah, that's her. Yeah, she's something.
She never
like
did
that.
anything after that.
Yeah, she's not good, but she looks like a model.
The only reason she was in that movie is because he was like trying to fuck her or something.
Yeah, I think everybody was trying to fuck her. That's actually the point of the movie. Everybody's trying. That's like the kind of the point. Andrew Garfield's trying to fuck her.
I mean, there's like attractive people, and then there's like shit like that where she's on like steroids.
Yeah, angel level. There's attractive people, then there's angels like her. Pure angel. But yeah, I like this movie. Don Bluth left Disney, went on to do The Secret of the Nim. He likes mouses and rats. I see that's his thing. He wanted to do All Dogs Go to Heaven, American Tail. He's done good shit. I like Don Bluth. Yeah, go check out Lily Cole. You won't be chilling out. The Hebrew Hammer. Is this a photo from the Hebrew Hammer? This looks something strange. This looks like Aztec kind of thing. These actually, I think they're trying to do Egyptian here in this photo, and I do not see Egyptian. I see like Aztec Mayan kind of shit they're trying to go for here.
Yeah. I don't see Grace.
Oh, that's right. You're colorblind. Lovitz is colorblind.
No, this is I have some 3D glasses on right now, and everything's fucking warped.
It's like you're seeing Simpsons characters. I'm watching Nausicaa right now, by the way.
Well, can we
after
this? Can we definitely check out the 10 best movies where robots take over?
Is that a thing? Oh, I see it here. Yeah, that's probably better than this list. I'm sure it is. It's probably a little less Jewish, so that's a plus. The Prince of Egypt. Oh, this must be that Jewish basketball movie. I could tell by these Jewish looking things. Yeah, the thumbnails are all off. Oof. Yeah, Prince of Egypt sounds like a Moses movie. No evidence of any Jews in ancient Egypt, by the way. Don't tell the Jews. Don't tell the Christians either. But there's one culture that used to like to document everything called the Egyptians. They never documented those Jews being around. It's like they weren't there. It's like maybe their slaves were Egyptian slaves. It's like maybe that. Or maybe they're even, it could be sub-Saharan. You never know. I've seen other cultures get slaves from there, so could have been the case. Number one, this sounds kind of cool. I could see this actually being good. Schusterman Levine, A Boxing Fable. I guess it's I don't know if it's a document. It's a documentary about like a Jewish boxer in like probably the 1950s, 60s, around that time. Which
That's
is probably
where the Hebrew Hammer came from.
It could be. I mean, yeah. I mean, hey, we got some good. This could be a Jewish baseball player, or is he not good anymore? Because that always changes in like a year. Goldsmith, right?
Yeah, Goldschmidt's.
Is he probably done?
He's getting pretty old now.
Yeah, I mean that sports don't last too long. Is there any popular Jewish football players? I'm trying to think. I don't think there are.
Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, I think he might be Catholic. Good
Tommy
chance of that.
Tommy Cutlets.
Hey, Tommy Cutlets. Winning these games you shouldn't be winning.
I hope his popularity leads to a bunch of people going back and rewatching The Sopranos.
AJ Dillon, a Jew.
And check out the Sopranos.
You know that? AJ Dillon? AJ Dillon's Jewish.
Okay, that explains a lot.
He's a black Jew.
That's why he fucked me this year.
Josh Rosen, he was a popular Jewish quarterback. He didn't go too far.
He was like a overly arrogant asshole who never did shit and completely bombed in the pros.
Yeah, and I think he went to UCLA, something like
that.
And
I think most people involved were happy to see him fail.
Probably.
Because he was just he was vaguely like he was productive, but not that talented and very arrogant. So when you had that kind of setup, a lot of people are just, if not rooting for you to fail, probably somewhat involved in.
Hey, here's a Super Bowl MVP, Julian Edelman. He's a Jew. Deal with it. He's got bagels. He's got smear. He's got locks.
What's a smear?
It's like a spread. I think it means a spread. So it could be cream cheese. The bagel's so perfect with a smear.
No, I mean, I worked in Jewish deli. I've never heard anyone ask for a schmear.
Oh wow! I mean, essentially just means it's pretty known, man. You could search it. It's
I got really good at slicing mobile locks. One time, this guy tried to tip me $100 bill, but I couldn't take it because I was being recorded.
Was it Monopoly money?
It looked real. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why you would give somebody fake money to do something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you're from New York. There are some Jewish fucking areas in Brooklyn. It's loaded, and there's some areas in New Jersey too. I mean, Lakewood's like you're living in Israel.
Yeah, you want to hear something fucked up? So, I got a, like, I had my stuff, like a job posting, and somebody reached out from a company in Lakewood, and I'm pretty sure they only called me because they thought I was Jewish because my real name is based in like Hebrew, even though I'm not Jewish. So after they asked me if I was Jewish pretty much after the interview, and I said no, like just my name is from Hebrew stuff. And then after I could tell like they were completely checked out. Like they only wanted to hire me because they thought I was a Jewish person. I
don't think your original name is Hebrew.
It is. No, it is.
I don't think so, man. I think it's like British. I'm like almost certain on that. But I don't know, but like
it's not the first time that's happened. Like
maybe it sounds like it would be.
I'm pretty sure they hired me thinking I was Jewish.
I think it's a name that it sounds like it would be, but I don't think it is. I think it's something else. I think it's more Anglo-y, to tell you the truth. I just think it's a name you don't see anymore. But yeah, Hasid's taken over New Jersey. Not really. They're only taking over Lakewood, and it is an issue. It's an issue. Like people don't like it there. It's a big thing. It's
What do you mean it's an issue?
Oh, it's an issue, man. Like it's people don't like it. It's like a thing. It's like there's like over rampant. Like I guess there's a couple diseases that are being spread around. It's like they don't get, I think, certain vaccines or vaccines. Oh God, I don't want to say that. They don't get certain things.
Right too.
But most names are biblical. Most of the good names, yeah, that's right.
I think most names in general are what
happened to the good names like Joey and Frankie? Joey, Frankie, that kind of thing.
What was the George Carlin bit where like all the lame ass name kids get the shit kicked out of them by like
Todd?
Yeah. I gotta say, like he had such a long career. Like even when he was really old, like his fucking, he's almost like senile dead point. His material was really fucking good.
Yeah, now we gotta play that clip because that's
Yeah, we're going down with the ship on this one. Fuck it.
Yeah, we're going. Well, I mean, Hanukkah movies are done. There's nothing there. Ain't nothing there. Come on.
These YouTube sentinels need to just focus on the shit that matters, which are all the giant pedos that they push on every other fucking.
Get the Hunter Bidens out of here. Let's leave us alone.
Guy's named Todd. It's just a goofy fucking name, okay? Hi, what's your name? Todd. I'm Todd. And this is Blake and Blair and Blaine and Brent. Where are all these goofy fucking boys' names coming from? Taylor, Tyler, Jordan, Flynn. These are not real names. You want to hear a real name? Eddie. Eddie. Real name. Whatever happened to Eddie? He was here a minute ago. Joey and Jackie and Johnny and Phil, Bobby and Tommy and Danny and Bill. What happened? Todd and Cody and Dylan and Cameron and Tucker. Hi, Tucker. I'm Todd. Hi, Todd. I'm Tucker. Fuck Tucker. Tucker sucks.
What are you talking about, Dan? There's tons of good stand-up comedians. Not just Carlin. Carlin's great, though. But there's a lot of good ones.
No, I think he's being...
I mean, might be the best. I would say he's probably...
No, Dan's like... trying to
troll.
Yeah, saying like, oh, you think Carlin's like the only person we're talking about?
No, that he says that Medium's fucking awful. I don't know, man. I think the Medium's pretty good. I kind of miss just the good comedy. There used to be albums. There used to be comedy albums, and there were good comedy albums. Now I don't see those on Spotify. No one puts their album out. They have a shitty special. But I mean, could be the time in the day and age we live, because there is a lot of bad ones. They're gonna give it to.
No, I mean, when comedy first, really,
Netflix is terrible with it. They'll give anyone a
up
special.
in the 70s, just because you would get like Richard Pryor vinyl stuff.
I mean, there's some good ones.
Vinyl record stuff.
Or who's the other guy? Bob Newhart had a lot of comedy angles or comedy albums at the time. He was funny. That's an old head for the comedy scene there. Bob Newhart, not bad.
Well, him and
a lot of these guys.
Fuck. The guy who like used to make fun of the audience all the time.
Don Rickles.
Yeah, Don Rickles is fucking good no matter what. Like, I don't care if you're talking 50s, 60s.
Yeah, I was reading a story about how he he's a roast guy, and he called I think he called Frank Sinatra like a mobster or something, like as a joke, like connected. He's like, yeah, this guy's connected to the mob, and then he actually got beat up by like Frank Sinatra got fucking mobsters to go beat him up. Like Don Rickles got beat up for making fun of Frank Sinatra with like one line. Well, I guess that was.
Can we show the clip from Dirty Work, or that's too much?
It's funny. Every time I've looked for it, that like I might be able to find it. Like that clip goes up and down. Like sometimes it's around, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's like whoever puts it up.
Everybody's fucking Sam.
Yeah, I really like him. He was funny. He would always come into the roast. Yeah, Norm Macdonald was a good one. There's a lot of good ones. I mean, Norm Macdonald was good. I don't think Norm Macdonald as a set. Norm Macdonald was a funny guy and had some really funny jokes, but as a set, I don't think his sets were ever that spectacular. And I like Norm Macdonald a lot. Like I liked him, like in skits and other things. Yeah, this is someone filming the TV. You gotta love these filming the TV clips.
Coming here tonight for their annual inspection of this theater. Right now, I'm going to explain to you my managing style for the benefit of the new guys. So there you are, Tubby. Fucking lard on a bad day. Why don't you work a zoo and stop bothering people? I got a call yesterday from Baskin Robbins. They said that they're down to only 5 flavors. You're swelling up as I talk to you. How's this? How's it doing? Hello, ice cream. Having a good time? Running around? What are you laughing at? I called your friend a fat pig. I think that's funny.
Oh, no, I was just laughing earlier when you were talking to his belly.
You get a horse and live in the mountains someplace. Don't bother anybody. and North. Okay, the fun's over. Anybody messes this thing up for me tonight is through. Not only are you fired, your life is over. I'll see to it that you never work again and that you wind up tearing tickets off in Kuwait. And everybody sucking sand. Nobody messes up. You understand?
Well, I guess it's kind of fitting with what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, now. Oh, yeah, I guess so. You can connect the Hamas there. Yeah, nowadays comedy is. Oh man, I think it's hard, but there are some good comedians these days. There's just you have to search it out. Like I'm gonna.
Well, it's like with anything, is people constantly will say music and film's not good anymore, but it's just.
I think Tom Segura.
Like if you're just gonna base that opinion off of whatever shit you get, and not really research anything or go any further, then yeah.
I think Tom Segura has really good stuff. I think he's pretty solid as a comedian. I've talked about
he's
before.
He's getting to the level now.
He's super famous.
Yeah, he's kind of, getting to like the point where.
And there is like an indie scene too. There's some funny people. I mean, Sam Tripoli's funny. He's funny. There's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of things where there's a lot of good comedians that don't have live performances. They just go and do a bunch of shows. Like there's a lot of that. They won't even
like a special.
They just don't film their specials, or they're not famous enough to film their specials, but they're still probably really funny if you go see them live. I mean, Dave Chappelle, brilliant, one of the best. Bill Burr is up there, but I've never been a huge Bill Burr fan. I don't know.
No, I like Bill Burr. I like
Tom Segura is really funny. Ricky Gervais has really good specials. I'm trying to think more. I mean, Louis C.K. is a brilliant, probably one of the best stand-ups, but got canceled.
Yeah, no, people forget because
redheads can't be funny. It's not possible. Yeah. No, Andrew Santino's a redhead. He's funny.
I would even say like Chris Rock's pretty good. His older
even his new special, it was like pretty good. He definitely used to be better. Another good one. I mean,
David Spade has a good special. Take the Hit.
I mean, you have to kind of like his stuff, but John Mulaney is a really funny comedian. Very good performances, very good albums.
Jim Gaffigan is very safe, but he's pretty.
He's good. Jim Gaffigan's good. I think his last special wasn't that good. But again, that's like
he's been doing it for so fucking long. It's so much volume.
Even Tom Segura, it's like I think Tom Segura is like probably the top of the list, but his last special wasn't that good. It happens though. It's like you go in and out.
Patton Oswalt was pretty good.
Patton Oswalt used to be funny. He dropped off for a little bit.
Patrice O'Neal obviously has a pretty limited.
Album. He probably would have. Yeah.
David Cross, not bad. Some of his specials.
There's a new guy, Sam Morrill, Morril. He's really funny. He's kind of looks like a young Adam Carolla. He's a funny guy. I've seen a bunch of his stuff come up. Dave Attell might be one of the best of all time that gets no recognition. That's someone who probably one of the best I've ever heard. David Attell is brilliant.
Dave Attell is
probably one of the best that has never been famous.
Even more than his stand up, that show he had on Comedy Central, Subterranean, and that's whatever the fuck it was, Insomniac. That was fucking good.
Yeah, that's
too.
That also just that idea for a show is
also
brilliant. That should still be a show.
What was that?
It was brilliant.
Guy from Colin Quinn had a show where a lot of
that show kind of sucked. He had a couple shows.
Sucked, but
it was
a lot of people on it were pretty good.
Tough crowd with Colin Quinn. Was that tough?
Yeah. Crowd? Greg Giraldo, he was okay.
Yeah, he was funny and died, but he was definitely funny.
Mitch Hedberg, I mean, that's pretty acquired taste. You either like it or it's really obnoxious crap.
Here's a Dave Attell joke that I don't even know the joke.
Yeah, Dave Attell was really fucking good. I feel like Jim Norton ripped off his shit really hard.
Yeah, I've never been a huge fan of Jim Norton.
No, I don't like Jim Norton because he just feels like a.
It's been over a year, guys.
He just stole his
I
act.
declare the tsunami's now funny. Now, this is not for everybody. This is not a joke for everyone. I know you're thinking you're like, Dave, you're going to lose your entire Indonesian fan base. The tsunami, or as I call it, God's money shot, is... global warming. That's what I'm trying to get at. Global warming, guys. I don't know about you guys. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not. Maybe I work for an oil company. The ice caps are melting, people. People always say it that way. The ice caps are melting. Maybe there's some really cool shit under those ice caps. I mean, like treasure. Or even better than treasure, a talking dinosaur who we can all have adventures with. Me first, I thought it up. What if he's really wise, too, and he can help us with our problems, you know? Hey, dinosaur buddy, since you are fuel, maybe you would know what the next untapped resource in this country is that we can burn. What did you say? Mexicans? That's fucking racist. You're a fucking racist.
I don't know the clip, so not one of my favorites ones, but by David Tell, but good comedian.
No, I think anything's good.
That's what I was gonna say. I just wanted to play a clip that it could be anything.
Just to show that he existed.
Yeah, I mean, I know he was like, he's also one of those guys who's more of like, he's like the fish of comedy. Like you need to go see him live.
Let's talk about topical humor, guys. How about that Steve Irwin? You know,
no, he's alive.
It's so hard to watch anything from this place without thinking of Kramer.
What do you think?
Without thinking of what, Rogan?
No, Kramer.
Oh yeah, okay.
We probably can't show that clip.
But this is like I think the most,
that clip will definitely get you a strike.
Oh yeah.
Especially on Hanukkah.
Why did God take Anna Nicole? Because he needed another fake-titted Waffle House waitress in heaven. That's why. Boo! Steve Irwin was murdered. You're right, pothead. He was. I might be a conspiracy theorist. The crocodiles put a hit out on him using the stingray, as I call it, the Puerto Rican of the sea, with his switchblade-like tail. And oh shit! Do I gotta put into the fine bucket? Where were the dolphins that day? Where were they, honey? I don't know. Laughing, smiling, teaching retards how to swim. They're out there. They were like cousins. We're always there in the good times, but never there in the bad times.
Yeah, man, he was good. Still good. Brian Regan, people like. I've never been a Regan fan. He's the like comedian's comedy.
Jimmy Gaffigan of that era.
Oh, he's like, honestly, man, he's not as funny.
Really safe guy. Sells.
Not even as funny. Doesn't sell like Gaffigan either.
I remember him just being really obnoxious and making really stupid faces all the time.
Hannibal Buress has an album I remember I really liked. This one, actually, he might be one of the last albums I remember actually existing as far as...
Yeah, I like Hannibal Buress' stuff.
Yeah, he's funny. I mean, he's funny.
Animal Furnace.
Yeah, maybe that was his... Was that his album?
I don't know. I just, for some reason, that popped in my head.
And then I know there's this fat, ugly guy that's kind of up and coming called Stavros. I think he's Greek. I mean, obviously with his name is like Stavros Halkias. He's funny.
Cumtown?
I think he could be. I mean, is that who he's from? Is that where he's from? I don't know Cumtown. Oh no, yeah. He was the host of Cumtown. Yes, he was the host of Cumtown. Yeah, his special's like really big right now. Like super big. Like he's right now he's like one of the top comedians.
What is there like a list that we can review? What's like?
Well, I know he's like right on
right
like, I think the top comedians really come from it's like what Joe Rogan deems as the top comedian, and I think right now it's like him. And before it was Shane Gillis, and then before that it was it Dylan, Tim Dillon? Yeah, it was like before. Yeah, so it's kind of whatever I think Joe Rogan deems as the top comedian, and then before that it was Tom Segura, and then before that, I don't know, Joey Diaz or something. I don't know. No, I think the thing is, Joe Rogan has a pulse on the comedy scene. I mean, I think he now owns. He has a whole club.
I don't know
that's
if it's
based
a
after
pulse. I
Laugh
think he
Factory.
just has so much attention.
No, he's in the scene. It's a scene thing, man.
To push people.
What's that? It's the publicity, and I think it's also the scene. Like, I mean, he knows. I mean, his club is essentially the Comedy Store in LA, which is like pretty much the biggest. That was like the biggest comedy platform that there was, and he made his whole comedy club in Austin. I don't know, I forget the name, but it's essentially like I think he took like all the employees from the Comedy Store, or the old employees, and kind of did that. I think the rooms are all based after that. So it's essentially the Comedy Store in Austin. And yeah, he's basically a booker now. He's booking comedy. So I think he's a good person. He's like a record label guy in a sense with the music. He knows what works. Yeah. He might not be the most funny comedian, which I've never thought he really was, but no, dude, Stavros is definitely on Rogan's radar. I've heard him talk about him already. Yeah, I did not know this is the Cumtown guy. All the clips I've seen of Cumtown, I was like, not for. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Cumtown
His
wasn't.
Voice and laugh is pretty distinctive.
Yeah. So that whole show is done, right? Cumtown's done.
Yeah, now it's the Adam Freeland show.
That's the other guy.
Two of the three.
Do they still have Stavros?
I guess what happened was the Stavros guy
probably got too famous
for some people, and then it caught on enough to this point and alienated the other two.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's
so they broke apart.
It makes sense too. Also, you're going to be a comedian. You're going to be on the road. You can't do the podcast. So,
what do you mean? You can call it.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah, and that's a good point. I mean, with nowadays, you can always do some kind of Zoom or some bullshit.
Well, do you remember that Ranger rant shit we used to do?
Yeah, talk about the Rangers. Yeah, for like 2
hours. No, but remember we had those like fake call-in people, and it would be like Dave in his bathroom.
Yeah, we had fake call-ins.
Like I had a fake hippie guy talking about the government making us eat like bugs and human meat.
Yeah, he's got his own call-in show now, I guess. Yeah, that's the thing. That's also the thing. Is like he's famous enough to have his own podcast. Like that's also part of it. Probably easier for him to do his own thing, and probably like go on there every so often. Yeah, then Nate Bargatze, whatever. I'm not a big fan of. Not a big fan of his shit.
Like when we were driving back from Boston, every time his stuff came up, it was so much worse than the. Well, it was a mix of like Tom Segura, and
then like Theo Vaughn is funny, but I don't think he's a good stand-up. I think he's a good personality. He's a funny personality. I don't think I know you saw him. I don't think I'd actually want to go see him. Or was it good? Theo Vaughn.
I only saw it because my sister like set it all up.
Yeah, I know, but was it a good show or was it not even worth seeing?
I don't know. I wouldn't go to that shit if it was somebody I liked.
Yeah, but did you have a good time while you were there?
No, like just go.
Oh,
just leaving the house for me in general is like a nightmare. It was very uncomfortable. The whole thing. I did not want to do it. I was sat next to like people I didn't even know.
I mean, I remember I saw Nick Kroll stand up, and it was funny, but it was definitely uncomfortable.
Kroll show was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, that was before Kroll show. It was like,
I mean, eventually it did get pretty
moments before
kind of one note. You know, like he realized what was working and just kept hitting that over and over and again. But in general, it was pretty good.
And then another comedy show I saw was Michael Ian Black and Michael Showalter. I saw them do their sets. They're funny.
So it's like Stella, but not full.
Yeah, basically just those two. And then I also saw Brendan Walsh and who else was it? Johnny something.
Yeah, we gotta mix in some Stella clips just to keep it alive. Like I forgot about that show. Like that shit was good, really fucking good.
Yeah, Brendan Walsh was funny live, but he's not.
Who's that from
famous
Home
guy.
Movies?
Brendan Walsh is from like, I think he's like a Tim and Eric type connection.
I thought he did Home Movies.
You know, he's more a podcaster guy. He's funny.
That's never mind. That's
yeah, but I haven't gone to this shit in a while, so it's been a bit. Trying to think of some more. Tim Robinson. I don't know if he's ever done any comedy shows, but I like his clips. And I am kind of sure about that. I like his show. I'm actually kind of like wondering like when the fuck is his next season gonna come out? You know, should be out. I'm thinking like this shit should already be out.
And stuff. I would think he's got a pretty decent fan base still.
Yeah, no, I looked at his Netflix ratings are really good. By all accounts, he should have a next season, because like that season 3 did really, really well. But you never know with Netflix. Like Netflix doesn't care. They just want to like pump stuff out and then like drop it. That's like kind of their formula. Like pump it out, don't put too much money in, and get out. It's like visiting a stripper. You want to put some money in, pump it out, but don't put too much out.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why? You sure it wasn't because after the thing that happened to me, no one could look at me without dying laughing? You sure about that? You sure about that's not why?
I kind of think that, Dan, I understand what you're saying. I think the show's gotta be cheap, man. It's a 20-minute show. I mean, maybe it is expensive to make for, I don't know. They're not getting anyone big. They're not doing any big sets. I feel like it has to be kind of a cheap show. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, they couldn't have any new faces, so they had that trans lady, Patty Harrison, on like every skit. Surprising, I didn't know she was trans. I was shocked at that. Did you know that? That one character is trans, Patty Harrison.
From what?
From I Think You Should Leave.
You got to show it.
If I show you her, you'll know who I'm talking about. This is a character. This is an actress that I did not know was trans. Patty Harrison. You know, she's in I Think You Should Leave. She shows up a few times. I was shocked. Yeah, I mean, I think...
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, you're like, okay, I see it. But like when you don't know, you wouldn't know. She's one of those that... I'll give her that, you know. I wouldn't have known unless I found that out. Wouldn't have known. You wouldn't know until you're in there. Hey, I have a feeling that thing's cut off. That's the vibe I get. That's a cut-off job right there.
Yeah, it's pretty...
She's got the hatchet on there.
Pretty confusing, definitely.
I mean, honestly, I've seen... I mean, that's the thing. There are these there are these women that are at this point. You can't tell, and even some of these things like go back really far. There is a girl from Playboy from 1989 that apparently was transgender and no one knew. This is her. Caroline Cosi. No one knew. No one knew like at the time. She's the first transgender model on Playboy. This is 1989. No one knew. I wouldn't have known. She looks just like a regular Playboy.
Breasts so big.
Because they're fake. I mean, that's all it is. Like, but no one would know.
Yeah,
she's the first one. I saw some podcast talk about this. David Cross is funny. All right, let me get on. What's our topic here? Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
We got off topic.
Way off.
But speaking of our typical brand here, let's talk about someone we love.
Oh, by the way, the new Good Burger trailers are circulating. Just so you know.
Yeah, I think it's already out.
I know you don't watch basic cable like us.
It's been out for a while. Yeah, I don't watch that shit.
He's also got an Auto Trader commercial. By him, I mean Kel.
Oh.
Oh no,
well,
Keenan.
Good for him. Well, actually, hold on. Let me get into this. I actually watched SNL on Saturday for the first time in like 10 years.
As like some kind of experiment to torture yourself.
It was on. So it was on. I was like, you know what? It was like I just so happened to have the channel on. It was like not by any reasons of like I actually want to watch this. It was on.
This is a horrible accident.
Like I turned on the TV and I think the last channel was NBC that was left off. So I watched it, and holy shit, that show is so bad. The best person on the whole show was the host. Adam Driver was the host, and he was like by far the funniest person like on the show.
Can you name off some of the cast members?
None of them. I can't name a single one because they're not good.
They do the intro every episode. Or
I didn't see the intro. I was mid-episode when I turned it on.
That's the big thing with SNL. You know, they're like in a jean jacket, hanging out outside of a Subway or something, and then they have a little
a modern person. They had Olivia Rodrigo on as the musical guest, and I was like, "Oh, this is who all the kids like." All the kids like Olivia.
A Disney person, I think.
I guess so. I mean, the funniest person was Adam Driver by like a long shot. Like he was way funnier than anyone on the show. Like he knew how to actually deliver jokes. No one else did, which is pretty bad when that's your guest. Usually the guest is like, like kind of shitty but serviceable. That's sort of the typical SNL format. You got someone who could kind of do the skits but really not. He was like by far the funniest person. He was very good at delivering jokes.
That's not it's not good.
No, it's not good. But also, I mean, I'll say with him, he's a funny. It's
supposed to be like they're the weakest person and just trying to fit in.
It's like Britney Spears is on the show and you're trying to work around her. Like they would try to work around these bad comedians. Right. Like he was easily the standout character in every sketch. Like, yeah, it's not good for them. Or maybe he's just really good. I don't know. They're
one of those institutions like Top of the Pops where eventually it's just so outdated it needs to end.
Yeah, no, I think SNL should be canceled. I think it's about. I mean, as soon as he's dead, Lorne Michaels.
Canceled, but it's like it's
I think
it's not relevant anymore.
When he's dead, Lorne Michaels, I think the show will be canceled. I think it'll be
done.
Yeah, because it's like I feel like the whole thing is like a favor to him.
Sucks, like more than not. Like all these sketch things, it's 90% shit and 10% decent stuff, and even the decent stuff's not that fucking great.
Yeah, I mean, even the old SNL that I liked, I'm sure it's the same. No,
if you go back and watch it, yeah,
there's a lot of crap. You're seeing the highlights when you go back.
It's just too much content to have to create. all the time. It shouldn't like, especially like late night television. You know, like being on every single fucking time and having monologues. It's just too much.
Well, speaking of too much, Rachel Zegler still sucks, and this is a point of contention we've had here. Rachel Zegler, she's being her. She's doing her.
Say, he looked okay in the film, but
I purposely, maybe it was just for clicks, but I chose the photo where I thought she looked kind of hot. She kind of looked like Salma Hayek, like a retarded Salma Hayek, a young retarded Salma Hayek, out on the town.
I mean,
going to some Down syndrome play.
Double D's. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, this is a flatter Salma Hayek that looks maybe half retarded out in the town, going to see a local play. That's what she looks like. High school play, college play, something like that. Good for her. She looks pretty good now. I don't know. All I'm saying is her in that dress, not looking that bad. Ain't looking that bad. I've seen worse.
Well, I just noticed now Adam Sandler, the expression on his face looking over at her.
He's like, not Jewish.
This is a pretty strong thumbnail, I'm gonna say, and it makes sense for episode 66. You know.
Yeah, get the Jewish stuff in there. The Antichrist. Oof. Killing the savior of the world. Don't have the best track record.
There was a. I've experienced some firsthand weird interactions over that.
They hate JC, right? They ain't big fans of JC.
Their fan base.
They're not. They like the Knicks, but they don't like JC, right?
They do like the Knicks.
Yeah. What's better, the Knicks or JC? I think one of them's got a better record overall.
I mean, I would say peak Knicks would be like
peak Knicks over JC.
Starks, Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, Larry Johnson. That's like your peak 90s kind of Jew stuff.
But over Jesus of Nazareth? That's the question there. JC or peak Starks era? I think I know where the Jews will pick. But Halle Bailey, Rachel Zegler, not a Jew, but I think their agents might be. They probably have Jewish agents, so we're gonna give them the Hanukkah plus thumbs up right now.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, Halle Bailey's got to change her fucking name. It's too similar to Halle Berry.
I mean, look at these gaps between their eyes. Look at this. Well, I can't believe we got them both together.
I feel like Zegler is more pronounced. In this shot, it's a different angle, but hers definitely look huge. You know what they look like? The aliens in the guy who did The Fifth Element. He came out with this movie not that long ago.
Godard or something like that, or something. What's this? It's a Frenchman. I know it's a Frenchman.
Yeah, it's the guy who did The Professional with
Leon
as a kid. That guy.
Luc Besson. Besson. I don't know.
If you look at the last movie he made, there's this like blue alien race, and they all look just like that.
Yeah, I mean it's this big wide eye. I mean they look like alien hybrids. I'm almost conspiracy shit. I think they are alien hybrids.
From the Avatar, motherfuckers.
I think they're alien hybrids. Both of these. I think that's the point. They're pushing the alien hybrid.
Do you think the Avatar people are not that different from this type of shit?
Same thing. Yeah. Here's them talking about. Oh, also by the way, her movie's doing pretty good. It's funny. I know we were shitting all over Snow White and Little Mermaid. Her Hunger Games movie is actually doing pretty good. It's been winning the box office these days. So I gotta give credit where credit is due. It's actually making some money.
Halle Berry's?
No, Rachel Zegler. Rachel Zegler is in a movie that's making money. This is a big shocker.
And
I think
she's
it could
the
be.
lead?
I don't think she's the lead. I think she actually might be the secondary lead. It's a guy who's the lead.
Well, okay.
So maybe that could have been it. Have a male character kind of toe the line. You got
he might not be in the movie.
Yeah.
You might write him out.
I mean, it's not making tons of money. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's $100 million budget and it's made worldwide 280. So it's made its money back. So it's made its money back and maybe 80 million more. It's making money. So that's a good sign for it. I'm sure it'll do well on streaming. So this is more of a hit for her than probably the Snow White. I'm sure that'll bomb. But here is them talking about the online hate they've experienced. That's partly from us. I think we're contributing to the online hate that Halle Berry and Rachel Zeg's got to deal with.
You know, choosing thankfulness and gratefulness is choosing peace. And as much as you'd like to remind people verbally that being in the spotlight doesn't absolve you of your humanity, that you're allowed to have human moments.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily do what you want it to do, and it fuels them more.
Yes, exactly.
And so, just as you
She
said,
sounds like Michael Jackson.
choosing to be present and know that
They both look like
they're
Michael
probably
Jackson
just having a
at
really
different
hard
eras.
day.
Yeah.
And I am putting out a movie.
Amen. That's right.
And I feel so.
This is coming from the person who bashed Jeremy Renner, the guy who got cut down by a fucking snowmobile. What'd she say about him? She said, "Actually, I think new Hawkeye should be trans, woman of color. Stick to that racist, sexist, transphobic garbage monster." She called him a racist, sexist, transphobic garbage monster. That was her comment towards Jeremy Renner. It's terrible. I think she's one of these bullshit artists. Talk about a bullshit artist. You're going to talk about Rachel Zegler. It's a fucking bullshit artist. You know what? She's a horseshit artist too.
BULLSHIT. New word. ARTIST. Spells bullshit artist. I say again, bullshit artist. You're a bullshit artist. You're a bullshit artist. 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 Bullshit.
You gotta be careful, man.
I think YouTube can't see it.
Bullshit artist.
I can see it.
Bullshit artist.
I know, like.
Bullshit artist. Bullshit artist. You, sir, are a horseshit artist. I call bullshit on that.
I can't tell you how many times, like, I've not accidentally, like, almost,
showed your cock on a, park bench.
Wanted to call somebody a bullshit artist at work.
Yeah,
just from seeing that clip so many times.
There's some truth to that.
I mean,
yeah, I'd love to call my boss a bullshit artist.
Or just anybody, even if I don't mean it.
No, you're a bullshit fucking artist.
It's like, is this one of those things where, like, just saying it is just funny, even like whether it's true or not?
It's usually true, right?
You know what's fucked up? I still sometimes hear people use "that's what she said."
Oh yeah, people. It's for people who don't know how to make a joke. It's like now become.
I mean, that show's like really.
If you don't know how to make a joke, you can say that. That's what it is. That's what that joke has always been. It's not a new joke. I'm sure they've been saying it since caveman time. It's like it's a bad joke, very bad joke. That show sucks, man. I still like. I've never gotten that show. I've never gotten that
Office.
It's not good. I don't know, and I don't mind. Like I don't mind a lot of the people in the show, like as far as actors or comedic actors. Like Steve Carell is kind of funny. Rainn Wilson can be good. I like the main character in that zombie movie he did or whatever. Or not zombie, the alien movie, whatever. That one's pretty good. What is it called? You know what I'm talking about? The Krasinski movie?
Quiet something.
Yeah, The Quiet Place. The Quiet Place 1 and 2 are pretty good. They're not bad movies. I think he's actually a decent filmmaker. And I like the idea. But that show was just not for me. And I've seen plenty of clips. It's just, I don't know. Not for me. There's better versions of that show, too. Like from other shows. Like I think there's like a bunch of copycats that end up being better or funnier.
Like the IT Crowd or something.
That was before it. That was a little before The Office. Or that might be actually more of a play on the British Office.
Oh, you're talking about like Parks and Rec, or
yeah, like Parks and Rec, 30 Rock. I thought they're all funnier.
30 Rock,
than The Office. I mean, they're all kind of a spin-off of that type of show. Yeah, but Rachel Zegler, man, she fucking sucks. Ugh. Very disrespectful person. She's she's talking about how she hates the fans, like she gets these backlash, like the critics mock her and claims they criticize her when they're really having a hard day. And I'm just like, hey, I'm putting out a movie. I'm better than you. I'm actually making a movie. I'm making a Hunger Games movie. Remember that. That's how
you know what's funny is like they're already on this defending the movie being shitty campaign, and it hasn't even been close to release.
Yeah, that's letting you know something where
they must know like this is a complete abomination.
That was like the Marvels. Like the Marvels has been on the defense since like it's been talked about. They've been on the defense since then.
Yeah, they're already like prepping review bomb statistics and
yeah, they got their clips ready to fucking play out. Also, by the way, the Emmys have come out. The Emmy nominations. I know we've talked about Oscar stuff. The Emmys are out. Or not the Emmys. I'm sorry, the Golden Globes. Golden Globes. Even worse. This is the lowest of the low. I mean, we've already probably been nominated for an Emmy or a Golden Globe by this point.
No, don't we get like ESPYs?
No, we would get an Emmy. Actually, Red Letter Media was in consideration for an Emmy a couple of times, like 3-4 times now. It's actually kind of funny. I wish they would get an Emmy. It'd be kind of awesome.
A Webby?
No, an Emmy. They've been nominated for Emmy like 4 times, not nominated. They've been in contention. Like, there's a point where like you have to be on a list to get nominated. They've made that list like 4 or 5 times. So they're famous enough to actually make the list, but they've never been actually nominated. Maybe one day. Best of the Worst is the one that's been nominated like each year. And that's not even their best show, you know.
No, it's my.
It's kind of like their worst show.
Re-review a lot, and then just the general catch-up.
The half in the bag one's their best one.
But there's like different versions of that.
Yeah, did you see the catch-up stuff? Did you see their catch-up episodes?
Depends on what.
Well, their catch-up for this year. They did a recent catch-up video where they went through the recent movies. Like, I kind of wish they would actually go sit in a movie theater and actually watch new movies, because they're kind of missing out on some stuff. There's
What do
some
you
good
mean?
movies
They
there.
said they're not going to see anything in theaters?
Pretty much, yeah. All their movies they actually review are all stuff that's been out. They only really review stuff that comes to streaming. They honestly, they kind of can. They can do whatever they want now. Sort of made enough money. I think they make like $100,000 a month.
Are they going to do Wonka?
I don't think so. I was thinking of actually seeing it, but I was like, I don't know if I want to put myself through that. And I like that director.
Do that shit where you go and see a movie you actually want to, and then leak out and peek in.
Yeah, I guess I could do that, but I don't think I'd really. There's nothing out right now I want to see.
No,
other than that Miyazaki movie that looked good.
Well, there you go.
That's it. I can only go see an AMC. I don't go to AMC. I only go to the bullshit.
Bullshit artist theaters.
I go to the bullshit artist theater. It's called Picture Show. I go to the Picture Show movie theater. I only go to the Picture Show. I don't go to AMC. I don't pay full price.
Sounds like some old timey black and white.
It kind of sucks. It sucks that they don't get all the movies. Like, I want to see fucking The Boy and the Heron, whatever it's called. Miyazaki's probably last film. I might go see it once it's like no one's actually going to watch it. You know, give it a few weeks now. I think he's like 104 or something. He's in the 100s.
Less racist Walt Disney.
He's gonna get cryogenically frozen just like him. Now he's 82. He was around just before the bombing of Japan. He was probably like a 5-year-old when it got bombed. That's your first memory of living.
That'll fuck you up.
Well, do you really think they? I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence here with. Do you think nuclear stuff is even real? Do you think it's real? I think it's fake. I think it's fake. Like, look at Hiroshima. They bombed the fuck out of Hiroshima with nuclear bombs. People still live there. They lived there 2 weeks later. There's not really been much difference than when they bombed it and after. That's where I question these, like what, like kind of like the modern view of nuclear stuff. You question, is it real?
I think it's just for.
I think it's for like control stuff. Like
I was gonna say for like just media, because there was that whole Chernobyl show that was really popular for a little bit.
Well, that's one of those things that like no one's even gone to it, but people do visit. People visit Chernobyl. Like you can go and visit right now. A lot of people do.
That sounds like a fun trip.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's actually is a tourist thing.
Fourth-hand exposure.
I don't think any of the people have been affected by it. That's also the thing. Is like they say it's still under nuclear fallout, but no one's really come away with any effects. There's actually like homelessy people that live there because like, you know, they know like I can just live here and not be taxed or fucked with, and they don't have any issue. There's animals that live there that haven't like animal migration hasn't changed in the area since then, and nothing has really happened to them. I don't know. I think we have a little bit of a false narrative with the whole nuclear thing. That's my theory on that. Okay. I think it's an issue to control us, to be like scared of.
I don't think there's a lot of people questioning any of it.
I think it's that too. I think everyone just bought the story and moved on. You know?
Well, it's because when that many people die in something, you get a bad look when you start, you know, questioning it because.
And that's the thing.
People get defensive about.
It's like the 9/11 thing.
What?
It's like 9/11. I mean, by the way, and I'm watching Nazca, the Miyazaki movie, and she totally has a Pokemon that's on her shoulder right now. Pokemon ripped this off, totally.
Yeah, no, I know. Snorlax is from Totoro.
Totoro, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they ripped off a lot of shit.
By the way, you can check the channel. We have some Snorlax speedruns.
Oh yeah, those were cool. Yeah.
You just gotta.
It's definitely on Twitch. I know it's on Twitch.
You gotta go through like the playlists.
I've seen it on Twitch. I've seen your speedrun on there.
Yeah, it's the fastest that thing can get, which is still not very fast.
Yeah, I thought about getting the new Pokemon game, but I was kind of like,
I don't even know what console that is. It handheld?
It's on Switch, so yeah, technically, yeah.
Twitch? No, I thought
that's the thing, man. Like, Twitch is like a bum out. Like, I got like a 4K TV. There's no Twitch that actually like links into 4K. They don't have any 4K, and it's this little handheld shit. Like, I want to actually like play something that looks nice. I want to use my 4K TV. That's kind of a standard right now. And then I looked it up. Like, there's not a Switch that goes with 4K. The next Nintendo system will be 4K, but that's years off. They don't care about new technology. They just want to make games that sell.
Did you see Killers of the Flower Moon?
No, I have to see it. I have it downloaded. I have to see it. It's on my list because I feel like I didn't want to go to the movie theater to watch a 3-hour movie, but at home I could watch a 3-hour movie.
3
so
hours?
I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, it's like fucking 3 hours.
Why does he feel the need to like make everything so fucking long? I mean,
I don't get it, man. I think
too.
I don't get it. I think these, like, I mean, Scorsese's kind of into himself. I think it's become very bloated.
Oh, speaking of like all the fake nuclear bomb shit for marketing, Oppenheimer. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, I mean, talk about self-indulgent. You're gonna go to Nolan first.
There's commercials for the like DVD shit going on.
He's been self-indulgent before he even made a movie. Before he even made one movie, self-indulgent.
I kind of see what you're talking about, where all this like nuclear bomb shit is just there's a lot of just.
No, I think I mean I don't doubt that it's a bad thing and you can be killed by it and all that shit. Whatever, it's got some effects, but I think it's over-exaggerated. Is my take on it. I think it's been really over-exaggerated.
It's being marketed very hard for some reason.
I mean, I just think it's weird how, like, I mean, you can look at it now. Like,
for some more research on fucking atom bombs being used.
The biggest nuclear bomb dropped was Hiroshima, but people still live in Hiroshima, and people lived there like 2 weeks later. Like, there wasn't like people moved back into Hiroshima a week later, and there wasn't. I mean, there's birth defects, and there are history of it, and there's issues, but like, and I'm sure it exists, but it's not like what you'd think. It's not Chernobyl, where like you can't go there for like 30 years. But now we know it's Chernobyl. Like, people go and visit Chernobyl. People go back and look at their shit. There's families that have returned to like see like our old fucking place or whatever. That's a thing. No, I don't know. I kind of question it. I think it's a narrative that's. You know, it's conspiracy-ish, but I think it's kind of been overblown. I mean, there's something to it that might be a little bit control factor. It's where you question, like, hey, if they ever said there's a nuclear bomb dropped, you kind of wonder if it's a way to. It's another lockdown kind of thing. I could see that. And there's a new movie out right now, made by the Obamas, by the way. Netflix movie about kind of a nuclear thing that happens on the East Coast. A lot of people are saying predictive programming, all this shit. I've been seeing it all over the internet. I don't know if you heard about this. Julia Roberts is in it. I don't know. New Julia Roberts movie.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for that.
Yeah, that's the movie it's got
End
this
of the
weird
World or some shit.
Yeah, made by the Obamas. They've produced that movie.
Yeah, it's like some apocalyptic Armageddon shit.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird that it's made by this Obama family that has a $100 million deal with Netflix, and they're supposed to be all about hope, but they make a nuclear fallout movie. It's kind of interesting.
Well, isn't that the whole kind of thing with religion? So like they're all very like overly optimistic and nice, but then they're secretly rooting for the world to end.
Well, I don't know. It's weird because a lot of people say, like the Obamas are kind of, like a lot of these conspiracy people paint them as the enemy, and then they kind of look like the enemy when they put this movie out. So it's sort of weird that you would do that. You look like you're doing some kind of predictive programming shit. Hey, if it is true, we're fucked. We're on the East Coast. We'd be done. We get hit by a nuclear bomb in New York City. We're done in New Jersey. It'll be lights out. Well, who knows? Maybe, like I said, though, maybe that's not real. Maybe the nuclear stuff isn't so bad. Maybe it's just like a little cold. Like a little cold that you get that turned out to be a big flu that took over the world. Yeah, we've got to strike some that.
Basically, like ruined the economy and had everyone on lockdowns. Now, like a common cold.
Pretty much, man. It's kind of funny how it's become just a common cold. Isn't that kind of weird? How it's become that?
Think, like it was never about that ever. Like
I mean, like now, no, I don't.
It was just like a tactic or tool for something else.
Like at work, if I had that certain illness, I think they wouldn't even tell you to stay home. I think it's like come in to work. Who cares? No one cares. It's just a cold. That's like basically what it is now.
Even bother to figure out that's what it is anymore.
Yeah. No one tests for it, which is probably what you should have done from the start.
Thinks about it. Like no one even talks about it anymore.
No, because no one wants to talk about it. That's the funny part about it. No one wants to even mention it. Don't worry about it. I mean, it's funny how, like all those politicians like were going about doing their things. Like Nancy Pelosi got caught going to a hairdresser and all that shit. Because they knew from the start. This shit's like doesn't really matter. It's a cold.
People.
Yeah. No, it lets you really know something was up. That's the thing is like I know a lot of people like to shit over conspiracy theorist type people or ideas, but if you've lived through these past 5 years, I think there's some issues going on here, and everything you're being told is not exactly what it seems. It's very obvious on hindsight. Even like the normie type people know this at this point. That what we saw wasn't exactly the truth during those first couple months of the whole issue from 2020 that'll never go away. It's crazy though. It's crazy looking back on it because it just feels so unnecessary. The whole situation. Shitty. I mean, everyone lost their jobs. There's all those things. It was not a good situation.
No, like the mall near me.
I mean, look at all the mall. Everything's canceled. Like everything's been closed, canceled. Like everything.
They're not even bothering to replace those stores. I think that mall might eventually get like knocked down. They'll build some kind of apartment complex or something. I mean,
well, it's almost as if there's a big company that was making money anyway that wanted to boot them out, that took over during the time. Maybe a company called Amazon. It's almost like it was maybe set up from the start. Or maybe, again, kind of used. The situation was used. Like there was a real situation, but then they kind of took advantage of it, Co-opted is what they would say. There was a co-op.
Yeah, there were some reports that before the actual lockdown, all these government officials had purchased stock.
Oh no, it's not. That's not that's real. That's real. And by the way,
third-party visual aid work from home companies, they already had been invested in, and this has been months ahead of time before.
And they were, by the way, Republican senators. Republican senators. So people like to act like, oh, the Trump people are all the righteous ones. No, those were Republican senators that had insider trading that acted on it. That was Republican senators. So don't think that either side is, holier than thou. Like both sides fucking suck. It's again. We have an eagle symbol for a reason, you know. Both sides of the fucking eagle, both fucking wings are together in one. The right and the left are the same fucking thing. Don't doubt that. When you only have two choices, realize it's a fucking joke. It's a joke.
I know the whole point is to have two so that each side's fighting with each other instead of focusing on the people controlling them the entire time and like
yeah, it's even like right wing, left wing, but it's all the same bird. You know, it's the same fucking bird. You know, that's what it is.
Because
you can't see that, you're fucking retarded.
Where it's like just a never-ending competition.
No,
without any realization of what's going on underneath.
Right.
They're just like fighting with each other instead of focusing on what they're doing the entire time.
Oh, right, exactly. That's what it's like. If you don't realize that, I feel bad for a lot of people that don't realize it. Because I think a lot of people are very duped into buying all this shit. And it sucks.
What's like believing in Santa Claus still or something?
Well, I think it's also they don't want to believe in anything that's alternative. You know, they want to go about their way without caring about anything. And, you know, anything that's controversial, they want to look past. But, like, look at everything, man. Like, look at the Jackson 5 issue, man. I remember that was the whole thing where they're like, if you get the Jackson 5, you will not get whatever, the whole illness. But that didn't turn out to be true. You know, you can look at it, like, months and months of that.
Yeah,
months and months.
Really bad at getting it. And the second shot really fucked me up hard.
I mean, like, isn't that enough to let you know how
I didn't even want to get it, but it was required for me on certain interviews. So I was trying. I was at work at the time, and like I had to get it to even interview.
No, I got the whole same thing. I got the whole Jackson 5 because they were saying like,
even, like wanted to whatever. It was just forced upon.
No, I mean I got the whole Jackson 5 because there was all this talk like, if you get the Jackson 5, you know, Tito, you know, Jermaine, all that shit. If you get that shit, you will not get the thing from 2020 that won't go away. If you do it. And then that turned out to not be true at all. So it's like, that is a very weird thing to say to people that like, if you get this, you won't get that. So everyone's like, okay, I'm on board with that. Then that turned out to not be true at all. Like at all.
People were getting sick and having heart conditions and all this kind of shit from it.
Yeah, just that's exactly.
I've seen a lot of
I mean, there has been issues from it. That's undeniable.
A lot of people reporting that you can't even sue based on the.
No, you can't because it was experimental. You actually signed your rights away when you got
that.
I mean, I remember it too.
Companies basically could do whatever they wanted and not have any repercussions.
Oh yeah. When you got the Jackson 5, like you had to sign a big waiver. I remember it too. I remember it was like, this is weird. I remember it was like 3 pages. It was a whole fucking clipboard that they handed over to you, and I was like, all right, this is fucking creeping me out. I remember thinking like, this makes me more nervous to get this. Like while I'm signing all these things, it makes me nervous. And then they're like, oh, you have to sit in this chair for fucking 15 minutes because you might fucking die in that chair.
I was waiting for like an hour to do it. Yeah, it was fucking horrible.
Like remember, you might die in that fucking chair. So
and I was sitting there with a mask
we'll look
on,
after you though.
Surrounded by a bunch of people spaced out with masks on. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, and even look at that, man. Look at the fucking mask. Like, I mean, look at this. You can go to any single fucking store you want and not wear a mask, and you probably won't get it.
You know what's fucked up though is like I saw a woman driving in her car on my way to work with a mask on. No one else in the car with her. She was by herself.
Well, you know what though? Every time I actually see people with that now,
well,
I
don't
actually
mean like a mask, like fashionable, artsy mask. I mean like medical mask.
Yeah, I think actually the people who have the mask might actually have it though now. That's actually the people to avoid now because they might actually have it and they're like, I got it, but who cares? I'm just gonna wear a mask and go out. That's actually why I avoid those people. Anyone with a mask, I stay like way away from.
I have a Ring and my neighbor and they've been wearing masks for some reason.
Yeah, that means they probably have something. But that's how I look at it. Whenever I see someone with it, I kind of think like, oh, you must have something, and you're just gonna walk around and have it, or like have some kind of like fucking viral disease. I don't know, some kind of AIDS, some kind of like AIDS virus that they want to spread around, monkeypox kind of shit. I don't know. Stay away from them. Fucking Ebola. Your neighbor probably has Ebola at this point. He's African, right? He's like from the motherland.
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah, watch out from that
R1. 28 days later.
R1N1 Ebola kind of shit. Yeah, gotta watch out for that. All right, man. Well, I gotta head out, dude. That about covers it.
Yeah, I want to check out the ESPN shit.
Yeah, let me cancel this here. All right, so guys, check us out on Wizard_Shack on Twitter, WizardShack on YouTube. You can find us there. You'll find us.
Yeah, you're actually pretty active on Twitter, more than I thought.
Yeah, I'm reviewing all this Jewish shit.
You want to live tweet some Hallmark movies?
Yeah, live tweet that. You know what? Hallmark movies are ending next week, so maybe I'll be on board for the next Hallmark movie. Probably won't be, but maybe. Probably not, because they're pretty bad. But see you guys.